Hello everyone. So the next problem is counting the number of subsets with sum equal to x. So what we did in the subset problem was we found out if there exists a subset with sum is equals to our provided value. Over here we are going a step ahead and counting the number of such subsets, right? So like if we start to think intuitively and try to create, and let us try to create the matrix here. So 0 to n and 0 to sum plus 1. So yeah, so what will happen when we have 0 sum requirement, right? Now let's first consider this case. So what will happen when we have 0 array elements? So in that case the count of all the sum will be 0. With 0 array elements we cannot create any number of particular sum starting from 1 to 0 0 0 0 0, but for 0 with 0 elements we can create 0 sum, right? 1 0 sum. Now for 1, what do we have for 1? Let's say we have one array element. Can we create a sum of 0? Yes, we can have an empty set, so we can create 1 for 1 1 1 1 1. So this is only considering the fact that we have positive array elements, right? Positive array elements. Okay, so let us look at it. If you think of the subset problem, what we did was we found out that if there could be a potential subset with a given sum, the function for tabulation based on the decision tree, what was it? It was dpi comma j is equals to dpi minus 1j when we are not adding the element to the sum, or dpi minus 1 j minus arr I minus 1, right? So if we think of it in this way, let's say we know like this particular element contains the number of okay, let me do this properly over here. So 0 1 2 0 1 2, so this is 1 1 1, this is 0 0. Okay, so what does this element denote? What does this element denotes? This denotes the number of the number of such subsets which will give us a sum of 1 considering only one element. What does this denote? This denotes the number of such subsets which will give us a sum of 1 considering the first two elements. This denotes the number of such subsets which will give us a sum of 2 considering only the first two elements. Cool. So to get this value, what do we need? What do we need to get this value? We need the number of we know this. Let's say we know this. So we know the number of such subsets given that we are provided with two values and the sum is equals to 2. Okay, and yeah, so this is, and yeah, so we are provided with so we know what does any particular dp I comma j denote. So what does it denote? That it denotes the number of such subsets which will give us sum of j when we consider the first I elements. Okay, so now let us look at the function that we did last day. This denotes the number of subsets when we don't add that element. This denotes the number of subsets when we add that element. So what will be the number of subsets when we consider both the cases? Like it is quite intuitive that the or will be replaced by a simple plus. We need to find the total number of subsets. So we know the number of subsets in this case, we know the number of subsets in this case. So we just need to simply add both the subsets to get the number of required subsets to get a sum of g. considering the first I elements. Yeah, so like I was saying, so given that we know the number of subsets for dpi minus y comma j and dpi minus 1 j minus a or I minus 1, then dpi comma j is equals to this plus this. So we need to add up the number of subsets when we consider the element I into the sheet, so we don't, right? So now that we know the major variation from the subset sum problem, let's see the base code case. So I also discussed that earlier. When n is equals to 0, there are no elements remaining to be added, so count will be 0, right? So 0, 0, 0, 0. And when sum is equals to 0, there are elements which are remaining to be added, but we can get a value of 0 using empty subsets. So it will be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So also, like I said, so count is equals to 1 only when we are working with strictly positive elements. So what will be the code? The code will be exactly same as the subset problem. Like A to Z, it will be same, just the odd will get replaced by a plus sign. That's it. Like you can go through the code. These are the base cases, and this is the main chunk of the code. Thank you.